What's going on, guys? It's Danny from Slow Restoration. We're in the Finding Fast Motorsports garage, and right behind me here is actually the OBS, and it's actually the color it's going to be. It's not 100% complete at this time, so I'm not going to show it, or at least not the whole thing right now. I'm going to show you some bits and pieces, and at the very end I may even reveal the color. So stay tuned. We might throw a small clip in, but we're gonna let Steve reveal the entire truck, the new look on this thing. It's drastic over what it was. As you can hear from my voice, I am sick. I apologize for that. It's actually going on the second week now. It was probably the worst I've ever been sick. So it did slow us down some. I apologize for that. This project would have already been done for that, except for that. But anyway, please excuse my voice. We're going to roll some footage I have of the process of doing this truck. I don't have a whole lot. I didn't film a whole lot. My voice was terrible. I was coughing, sneezing, and we just had to power through it. Probably didn't help the whole cold situation, but anyway, and it's not great out today either. It's another dreary, wet day. So let's roll the footage. I do have it. Like I said, it's going to be a little choppy. It kind of jumps with not a lot of filler in between, but it is what it is, guys. Enjoy it, and we'll finish up here. All right, so we ran into a little bit of a snag here while getting the body prepped and ready for the paint here, whatever you want to call it, the resurfacing. Obviously you can see we have a brand new rocker panel there. We're actually going to put 2 new rocker panels on, one on each side. They already had some body work here. Someone already did the cab corners, and we're not going to take them off. We're going to leave them. But they just patched up the rockers, and as you can see here, this is not the correct way of doing it. This is actually metal tape with body filler over top. So there's no structure there. So we couldn't leave that. We're trying to, be budget on here, but we can't leave something like that. That's just not acceptable at all. So we have the rocker cut out here. As you can see, the inner is still pretty solid. It's got a couple small spots back here, but overall it's very solid. We have the new rockers. We're going to trim these up, make sure we get full coverage everywhere, get these welded on, and then we're going to keep right on moving with this project. Another thing that slowed me down, and obviously you can probably hear it, is I got sick in the middle of this, so unfortunately it just slows you down, saps energy out of you. I don't know if it's a flu or what it is, but it's pretty nasty. So we're still working. We're still doing what we need to do. We're just not full steam ahead. I wish we were. This would have already been done, but we're at like 50% here, and we're going to turn the corner and get this thing done. The rockers are on. They're welded in place, both sides. Nice, fresh, clean metal. The cold is not getting any better. It's getting worse, but we're going to keep moving on this. We're getting ready to pull it outside and finish cleaning it up, blow all this metal dust from grinding on these rockers, and get this thing ready to spray. There it is, guys. Took a long time to do, way longer than I thought. It's still drying. There's some shiny spots that should fade away as it dries. Yeah, what a pain. Totally underestimated this job, especially with the cold. I'm gonna, we got it inside, we got the door shut. I'm gonna go collapse into a coma. Guys, it's been a couple days. The OBS has been here drying. As you can see, it's definitely touchable now. As you can hear from my voice, I literally did not touch this thing. I didn't even come in the garage for the past 2 days. This has been the worst cold I've ever had. Definitely never experienced anything like this. I guess it was the flu, but anyway, we're back on this. We're starting to untape. I got some of it unmasked already, the windshield and that side, the front end pieces here. So we still have this to unmask, and the back window, a couple other things, but she's looking good. It's definitely a rugged coating. Should be able to run right down through the woods. Like I said, briars branches should glide right over this and not really hurt it at all. So let's get this unmasked and get it put back together. So that's where we're at right now. Obviously, you haven't seen the final color yet. Right behind me here is a Fender flare, however, and it is in a textured black, very rugged finish. We got these things, they were smooth. I scuffed them down, did spray bedliner material on them, as some of you saw in the background, some of the previous videos. It's still anyone's guess of what we actually did to the truck. But as far as the fender flares and some of the other accent pieces, they are textured bedliner black. So we'll leave that with that. Do some work underneath. We do have a muffler and tailpipe. We'll go down here. Sitting over here, there's a 3-inch tailpipe. We do have a 3-inch chambered muffler we're going to put on it. Let's get it thrown up in the air, and we're going to do some blackout also. We do have some paint and undercoating and stuff like that. We're going to blacken out the frame and protect it, make it look fresh and clean. Same with this radiator sport that I just showed you. We're going to blacken all that out, make it look good for the new grille and headlights. You won't see much of it, but if you can peer through a little bit, at least it'll be nice, fresh, blackened. Excuse me. So yeah, let's get this thing up on the lift, and we'll go from there. We have the truck up in the air, and we started the blacking out process. We still got a little bit more to go to tape up the shocks and stuff so we don't get overspray over all that. We do have new brakes, or we have the drums off. We're putting new brakes on. All the parts are over here. So we have new shoes, new hardware kit, new wheel cylinders for both sides, and a new brake hose also. So new shoes, new hardware, new wheel cylinders, and new brake hose. And that'll take care of the, excuse me, that cold's still there. So that'll take care of the rear brakes. We are gonna do a tune-up also. So we have new spark plug wires, distributor cap, spark plugs, distributor cap, rotor button, and spark plugs. It's a V8, so we have 8 plugs. So there's their tune-up. We're gonna carefully go back up front here. Sorry about the black and white before, but I needed some footage, and the only way to get that footage in there was to blacken it out. Of course, we've already seen the headlights. We did pick up our oil change, so we have oil and filter. We're gonna go ahead and get that done. Excuse me. We're gonna go ahead and get that done and knocked out also. Obviously we have the tires back off, and as we were spraying the truck, we didn't want to have to worry about covering these up or getting overspray on them. So we put some junkers on there just to roll it around. We are going to keep going with the blackening out, freshening everything up. As soon as we get that done, we'll hang our muffler and tailpipe like I showed before. There's no sense putting that on and having to tape up a mask around it. So we'll blacken all this out, and then it'll take 10 minutes to weld that on. So that'll all be good. So we'll come around here, and we did actually make a purchase on the channel. I was going to make a whole video on it, but it's just the footage wasn't real great, so we'll just add it into here. Sorry again about my voice. This was previous footage, so it should sound a little bit better back then. I'm not very much of a Ford guy, per se. I mean, I do have the Model A in the shop, and we do in the Bronco. But I don't buy a whole lot of Fords. But I will say we did buy a Raptor. So let me throw that footage in here, and we'll see you. We have arrived, and it is Street Speed 717s, and we're here to buy something. What's it gonna be? There he is. All right, guys, we're buying the Raptor. Mike's selling it. He's done with it, so we're buying the Raptor. He's gonna jump it right in the back of the truck.
Yeah, buddy. Alright. So the way I did it, I used to just stand it up on its back and then walk it, but there's two of us here, so we can probably lift it.
Yeah, we can probably, well, let's just lift the front.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Got it? Yeah, it's a little heavy. Hitting them straps. Yeah, just set it there. You want to grab that wheel?
Yeah. I got it. I'm surprised that strap is holding back then. Oh, it's the whole thing. Oh. All right. Not too bad. Pretty painless.
Yeah, for two out of shape guys.
Very, very out of shape in my situation.
All right, guys, we got the Raptor loaded up.
She's in the back, ready to rock and roll.
Yep.
Somebody else can enjoy it and actually ride it.
Right. That's what happens with these things, guys. You get them and you enjoy them, and then they end up being in your way. So you sell them and you get another one.
Yeah,
so
pretty much.
Thanks, Mike.
No problem. Thank you. Have fun with it.
Yep.
I'm anxious to see if anything happens with it on the channel. Anything
right.
Crazy.
You never know. Might be big plans. There might not be. Who knows? It's been quite the day, guys. A lot of highs and lows in today. That's life. Some days are good. Some days are all right. Some days are weird. This was a weird day. We bought a four-wheeler. We're headed home. Guys, I know that was a little sneaky. It was a Yamaha Raptor. Big deal. But before we go here, let's take a sneak peek, and we are going to show, we are going to let Steve will be coming down one day this week and doing the reveal on this truck. But until then, I will leave you with this very sneak peek of the color. I messed that one up, so we're going to pan around. Let me go back down to the ground here. We're going to come up, and the color of the OBS is now, that's it. That's all you get.